What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another video. What's up, society? We're talking about different platforms to basically bring viewers to your stream. As usual, the info to my stream and other socials is below. There's also a link to the blog post that I had wrote this particular blog on as well. If you want to read it, you're more than welcome. I'm probably going to miss some certain info in there. So yeah. And if you want to check me on Sully Gnome, and before you say, but Stacey, you don't have the viewers to be giving advice. I'm not giving advice. I'm just telling you the tips that I've learned and found on the internet. Some of it's worked for me, some of it hasn't. If it doesn't work for you, I'm sorry. But if it does, well, great. So let's get into it. Trying to use different platforms with growth in Twitch is very tricky. I think it's important to state also, an important thing to remember is if you're only pressing go live, you are not going to grow. I'm sorry to tell you and be the bringer of bad news, bearer of bad news. I'm not really sure what that is. You're not going to grow. It just doesn't happen. There is thousands upon thousands of people streaming on Twitch, and you're not going to grow. You have to be bringing people in from different platforms to be interested in your content. That being said, for me personally, I think Twitter is by far the easiest platform to get people to watch your stream. I think it's a great way to connect. You can retweet, comment, whatever. But I think that's a huge thing that any streamer needs. Seriously, any streamer needs to have a Twitter. If they don't, you're basically shooting yourself in the foot. Don't hashtag all that. Previous video we talked about Twitter. I would definitely 100% get a Twitter. If you don't, you might as well just say streaming's not in it for you. You're not in it for streaming. You're not want to be successful, maybe. Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. If you're not using Twitter, you don't want to be successful. Moving on. Instagram. This is something that I probably should use more, which I don't. Whether you're making a story, I think it's called. Yeah, I'm horrible at that. Whether you're using Instagram stories to post a going live video or a picture, or you're just connecting with people that way, or what I have found some good success is posting your Twitch clips. If you have a designated Instagram, for me, I use my personal and I also use it as my stream one, link below. Posting Twitch clips is huge, especially if that community is super big on there. Like Dead by Daylight's pretty big. That's the game I pretty much main. And I think it's also valuable to remember that when Drake played with Ninja, he found Ninja through Instagram because he found some clips of him playing Fortnite and he just thought he was really good, and that's how he found him. So I mean, if it's good enough for Drake, is it good enough for you? Really? Honestly? Facebook. I think Facebook is a little bit more complex. I also like to fiddle with things. I know. Facebook, I think, is solid if you know you have a lot of family who's willing to support you. I have a Facebook. I try to grow it. Is it successful? Not really. Does my family see it? Sure. But at least it's there. It's something I don't primarily focus on, but I do have one because I think it's important to kind of cover your bases. Should I use it more? Probably. What do I post on there? Sometimes I post clips. Sometimes I post like I hope everyone's doing well. I think it's also important that if you're just starting out to get maybe some friends and family involved, because then you don't have to worry so much about viewers when you're going for affiliate. TikTok has also been successful for some people. Now, mind you, I'm not very good at TikTok. I have a TikTok, link also below. Is it successful? No. Could it be better? 100%. Am I okay with that? Yeah, because you can't spread yourself too thin. Another thing is YouTube, which is something that I probably should have started doing a lot, primarily before I had a kid, and I have a lot less time. But YouTube is probably a huge place to grow. Look at the games you play. Is there certain streamers you like? Produce your own content. A great way to do this is to have people get clips from your channel and then maybe make a montage or something. I find those to be kind of successful. Maybe you have different recordings that you like. Maybe you had a sweet kill game that you recorded. I would post that, maybe unedited. It doesn't have to be simple, or it doesn't have to be difficult, which is kind of what I'm doing here. When I decided that I wanted to do YouTube, I kind of just wanted to talk about my blogs. So I thought it would be a great way to get into it by posting these videos where I talk about the blog posts that I've wrote and see where it goes from there. That being said, I think there's two important things to remember. Number one, consistency. Consistency. Don't start uploading randomly. Set yourself a goal. For me, these videos are uploaded on Mondays. Why? I don't know why, but I think it's a great idea to post them. Are the blogs already up? Yeah, they're probably already been posted and talked about millions of times. But I'm making sure that when I start uploading, I can continuously upload. Whether that means recording extra, making sure videos are on time, hiring an editor if you're rich and have money, which I sadly do not at this point in time. So someday? But consistency. Nobody wants to follow a YouTube channel or subscribe or whatever to that channel if you post one video every couple months. Try to be consistent. If you can, get a stockpile of videos. Prep yourself. Make it so that you can be successful. And that goes the same with streaming. You want to have a schedule. Make sure you can be consistent. Make sure you're able to produce content that people want to see. Number two, so consistency. Number two would be spreading yourself too thin, or as my dad says, burning the candle at both ends. Pick something and focus on that before you focus on something else. It can be extremely overwhelming to go into streaming and want to put content everywhere. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, and if you have no life or whatever outside of streaming, like you don't have a job maybe, or you're already trained to do this kind of stuff and it's super easy, my ears itchy, then I would definitely suggest doing that. Spreading yourself too thin would be if you were to put content everywhere, but it's never consistent, I guess. So like for me right now, I focus on Twitter. Twitter is the easiest thing. You pick up your phone, check a couple of tweets, done. So if that's happening and going, good. Pull something else in. Right now, I'm working on this, YouTube, trying to be successful here or semi-successful, I guess. I'm not greedy. Whatever you guys think is right, then sure. But yeah, don't try to focus everywhere if you don't have the time. I have probably at the time this is on YouTube, a 6-month-old. My time is very limited. I record these videos at night when he's in bed. Obviously, you might hear him cry if the camera goes up. But that's what I try to do, is record this when he's asleep. Don't spread yourself too thin by trying to be everywhere at once. Because if you're not consistent, it's not going to help you. If you post on Instagram once a month, but you won't post on TikTok 3 times a day, then maybe you should focus on TikTok and maybe posting once a day on TikTok and then just hoping that it works that way. If you know what I'm saying? Hopefully that made sense, I guess. But yeah, regardless of platform, consistency is huge. And if you look at someone who's successful, like different partners, streamers, you'll see that they're pretty much everywhere. Mind you, they make the money to pay editors and things normally, or they know how to do that stuff themselves. It's still important to know that there's not really one successful streamer I haven't found them, and if you have, I would love to hear who they are below, who only post content on Twitch. Seriously, try to find it. I would be genuinely curious if there's a streamer out there who doesn't use any other platform except for Twitch. And with that, I hope you are successful. If you like this video, thumbs up. Hopefully that's the correct thing, I think. Subscribe, notification bell on if you want to see some more. And remember that these tips are not a 100% guarantee. Not to mention, they probably are some that don't apply to you. So if you want, weed out the ones you like, weed out the ones you don't. Hopefully it's a success. Hopefully it's a success. And I just want you to know that I wish you a happy streaming. And I will hopefully see you in chat. Bye!